Hello, welcome to Alliance High School. Guess what? We have Aviators in action here today. These young men are Alliance High School athletes. They're still smiling. They can still run. They could probably still play the game. But we're going to go back in time. This is Rod Jones, Zach McCrea. They both played on the 1996 Alliance Aviator team. Did a great job on that team. Pictures hanging on the wall in the hallway at Alliance High School. So let's talk about it. You're going to be honored at Alliance High School very soon. Rod, in 1996, Rod Jones, Zach McCrea, in 1996, you were in what grade?
Senior.
You're a senior?
Yes, sir.
It's your senior year?
Yes, sir.
So when did you start playing football?
I started playing football at the age of 7.
7?
Yes, sir.
And as a senior, you're probably 18.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So you played football for 11 years.
Yes, sir.
To get to that senior season.
Yes, sir.
How'd the freshman team do when you were a freshman player at Alliance High School?
We weren't that good.
Right.
We were okay.
You're okay. As a sophomore, how did you guys do?
A little bit better.
A little bit better. As a junior, how'd you do?
Just a little bit better.
A little bit better.
Yes, sir.
So you reached your peak as a senior.
Yes, sir.
Tell me why you believe that happened.
I believe it happened because all the years that I had to go through the trials and tribulations with the younger teams.
Okay.
When I became a senior, I knew what it meant to become a leader.
Okay.
And follow what my previous players, had done.
Okay.
So I wanted to, take on what they, instilled in me into the younger guys, and I wanted to have a better season, the best season before I go out, so to speak.
Zach's on the set today, and we're going to talk to him a little bit. He's a sophomore, so that sophomore class contributed a little bit?
Yes, sir.
They had a few guys that could play?
Yes, sir.
All right, that makes a difference. That's important. Seniors, sophomores with a junior sandwiched in between. I don't believe there are any freshmen that played. I don't think so. They may have been one or two that dressed, but I don't think anybody played or had a significant part. And that's the way it should be, in all honesty. Freshmen should contribute at a very small level. The sophomores, juniors, and seniors should carry the weight. So, you played defense.
Yes, sir.
Why defense?
To be honest, I didn't want to take the hits on offense. I like dishing out hits.
Okay.
That's just being honest.
Now, you're not a defensive tackle.
No, sir.
No, sir. Never ever been a defensive tackle.
No, sir.
So you played on the outside.
Cornerback.
Cornerback.
Yes, sir.
So that means you had to have some speed.
Yes, sir.
You like to run.
Yes, sir.
Did you run a lot?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I don't think you ran track and field, but I might be wrong.
I did not.
All right. You play baseball.
Yes, sir.
You're a baseball player.
Yes, sir.
Zach was a baseball player too.
Yes,
so we
sir.
both got baseball players on it.
Yes, sir.
So we need to know, as a baseball player, I don't think you were a catcher.
No, sir.
All right.
A pitcher.
You're a pitcher.
Yes, sir.
And when you weren't pitching, what position were you playing?
The bench.
Third base. So that means you had to have some quickness.
Yes, sir.
Right? All right. And where do you think that quickness came from?
Came from the football field.
All right, from the football field.
Yep.
Did you ever do any running on the football field?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the coaching staff.
Okay.
All right. Who was your position coach?
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson's a former student of mine. I know him well. Mike was a runner. He ran pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. So did Mike make Rod Jones run a little bit?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
It was. He made me a better player.
Okay.
Because I was going through the motions.
Okay.
And one of the things that I struggled with was I knew I had the athletic ability, but I didn't have the mindset of putting the work in.
Okay.
And Coach Johnson actually, he brought out in me, something that nobody else could ever do.
That's a good thing.
He challenged me.
That's a good thing.
He challenged me to be a more rounded player, be a teammate first, and know your position, know what you're doing, do what you're supposed to do. Don't worry about anything else. You worry about you. And he held me accountable for a lot of things.
Now, when you say that, you're playing cornerback
Yes, sir.
on the outside. That means you got to cover people.
Yes, sir.
All right, did you have to cover anybody that was really, really good out there as a receiver?
As good as me? No.
Okay. Had to cover some people out
Yeah.
there.
Mike Cunningham from Lake.
Okay.
He was pretty good.
Okay.
The other guys I don't really remember. But Akron Bookdale, they had some really good fast
guys.
receivers.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, when you're out there covering people, Zach's laughing because he's playing out there close to you out there. So he
Yes.
knows it's a family thing
Yeah.
out there. It's a family thing out there. So you're covering these guys that are pretty fast, but every now and then they decide not to pass.
Yes, sir.
And they're going to come on the outside.
Yes, sir.
Now, most people don't challenge Alliance on the outside because they figure Alliance got quickness out there. But every now and then you got somebody that decides to come on the outside. Tell me a little bit about how you handled that. Was that something you like to do?
Yeah, I played my position,
Okay.
and I trusted Zach and all of the other guys to do their part.
Okay.
That's what we all they all bought into this in the beginning of the season.
Okay.
We all told each other. I remember Coach Cogley telling us when we got embarrassed by Akron Bookdale in the scrimmage right here at Lynn Dawson Field.
Okay.
He told us if we put the work in, he said, I promise you, we're going to be a way better football team, and we're going to make it to the playoffs.
It's going to be a different world.
Yes, I trusted these guys. Coach Rutledge, and I don't know who the other
Mike
linebacker-
Elder.
Mike Elder. Mike Elder was offense, but Coach Rutledge was the defensive guy. So I trusted him, and I knew that these guys were so athletic and they were smart enough to play their role. I worried about my job and my job only, and I knew these guys would get it done on the inside.
Now, before the show,
Yes, sir.
we talked about the toughest team you played that year.
Yes, sir.
Who was it?
North Canton, Hoover.
North Canton Hoover.
Yes, sir.
Did not play them in Alliance, played them at Hoover.
Yes, sir.
That's tough to do.
It is.
Game was close. How close?
Overtime. That's
Overtime
all I
game.
remember.
Overtime game. And the game goes into overtime at Hoover, and we got it done.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you're on defense.
Yes, sir.
We got to score a touchdown to win.
Yes, sir.
So the offense has to do this.
Yes, sir.
Zach, you playing offense?
I played on offense too, but
Okay.
defense was my primary spot, yeah.
So before we get to him, we scored that touchdown, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who did that?
E.J. Lilly.
E.J. Lilly. He's in his class.
Yes, sir.
He's a sophomore. So now we're talking a little underclass spirit there, a little underclass pride, right?
Yes, sir.
Got it done. Who handed the ball off to him? Ben White. Ben White
sir.
was
Senior.
Senior.
Same year as me.
senior quarterback for you guys. You got another running back there who was also a linebacker, I think Ben Patterson.
Patterson, yes,
Ben
sir.
Patterson was a fullback.
Yes, sir.
Was he a decent athlete?
Absolutely. Both sides.
Could he hit some people?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
He hit some people. So what did you enjoy most about playing on that team, Rod?
What I loved most was the guys,
Okay.
my team.
Okay.
These guys I played with since being a freshman, and some of them, were young underclassmen.
Okay.
But to watch these guys grow week in and week out, and us get better week in and week out, it was the best. I'd say it's the best season I've ever had.
As an athlete?
Yes, as an athlete. Yes, sir.
Now, you're not off the hook yet. We're going to come back to you to finish the show, but we're going to go over here to Zach.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
So you pay attention to what he says, see if he's telling me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Zach McCrea, you're a sophomore.
Yep.
All right? And you had a lot of outstanding athletes in your sophomore class. Name two other athletes besides you and E.J. Lilly.
Yeah, so we were blessed. Let me just start off with saying one of the great things about our class is we had never lost a football game, right? So Ryan Duchamp.
I did hear you right. Never lost.
Never lost.
Never
the game.
lost.
Never lost the game until
school.
High school, yeah.
Okay.
So Ryan Duchamp, who was an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, he was a stud.
Okay.
Played both ways, and
He was just a little child.
he was like 6'2", like 300. He's a big boy, right?
In middle school, he was pretty big.
He was. He took care of the trenches for
Yes.
sure. But he's a superstar, right? And then Jay King was another phenomenal athlete, another two-way player, played offense and defense, and really kind of stepped up. And really helped us that season significantly.
Plus, you had EJ, you had yourself, and many, many other guys. The list goes on and on and on. I remember I had the opportunity to go in and be a substitute principal at the school with you guys when you were in 8th grade there. And I talked to a few of you guys in the office in there. I don't know if you were in that conference with me or not. I said, now listen, man, there's no reason why this team can't be very successful at Alliance High School because the talent was there. You take that talent of sophomores, complement it with the junior class, his senior class, you go a long way. Now you're playing on defense, what position?
Yeah, so I was playing outside linebacker.
Okay.
And then I played offense, fullback, and
Okay.
like goal line situations
Okay.
and things like that.
A little bit of a blocking back too.
Absolutely.
Carry the ball every now and then. All right, now we got to have some fun. We got to have some chuckles here, okay?
Yes.
If the ball gets kicked off in football.
It does.
All right, so who's kicking the ball off for the Aviators in '96?
It happened to be me. Yeah.
So how did you become a kicker? I didn't need to know that.
Yeah, so I didn't get to play football until I started in 7th grade.
Okay.
So I played soccer and
Okay.
a variety of other sports. So I started in soccer and had a pretty strong leg on me.
Okay.
So that just kind of correlated.
Okay.
So kicked, punted, and all that fun stuff.
Now, I recall, many of your kickoffs went real close to the end zone. All right, is that something you worked on a lot?
I wish I could say yes. But that wasn't necessarily my primary focus by
Okay.
any means.
All right.
I just went up there and tried to, kick the ball as clean as possible,
Okay.
and then obviously put our special teams in a good spot by getting as close to the end zone as possible. See if we could get a touchback or something like that. So
Make the other team go about 80 yards, that's kind of important.
exactly.
Make a mistake, get a couple penalties. It's a long field. One never knows what's going to happen. I went to a scrimmage game the other day, not in Alliance, a different scrimmage game, and the home team kicked off. Every kickoff was short. And I asked one of the people why they do that, and they said, well, it's because they don't want to have to worry about a guy running the ball back 80 yards. I said, yes. I said, but now you're giving the team a 50-yard field to play on.
Absolutely.
I said, you give them 50 yards to play on, that's a better chance of scoring there. So let's talk about something else with you, Zach. Made the playoffs.
Yes.
Where'd that game take place?
It took place in Louisville.
Louisville. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. Who'd you play against?
We played Akron-Buchtel.
Akron Buchtel. He said you played Buchtel.
We did.
You played
So
Buchtel for scrimmage.
It was a revenge game
All
for
right,
sure.
revenge game. So you're playing Buchtel before the season starts, and we talked a little bit about that. Now we're going to play them again. Talk to me about that game.
Yeah, so the preseason when we had a scrimmage, they scored like 8 touchdowns on us, right? And I don't even know if we got one.
They scored at will.
Yeah, it absolutely. Now this playoff game was complete opposite.
Okay.
We got off to a fast start.
Yeah.
When we looked up at the scoreboard, it was like halfway through the first quarter, and we were already winning like 14-0. That game was just something else. Special teams, offense, defense. It just seemed like everything was working in our way for
Okay.
that first half. Now the second half took a little bit of a turn to where they were a little bit bigger, maybe even a little bit faster than us, and unfortunately they started to get stuff moving and grooving. And by the end of the fourth quarter, it was neck and neck, and they ended up beating us.
They
So
pulled off the win.
They did.
It was really close.
It was.
It was really exciting. It was
was.
an exciting game for players. It took everything you had, everything all of you guys had to compete with them because they were a good team. They were a good team.
Very good.
I'm not saying that they were a better team because coaching does have an impact. And I'm going to go out on a limb because I was at the game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you were better coached. They may have had better athletes across the board, but you guys were better coached. Now, when you look at this with 20/20 hindsight, let's talk with you about this. Football season's over with at that time. You're a sophomore. You're going to do other sports too. What else did you play?
Yeah, I played baseball as well.
Okay. And what did you enjoy about playing baseball?
Same thing. Like a lot of our teammates that we kind of grew up with playing football and baseball, we all grew up playing
Okay.
the games together.
Okay.
But baseball, it was really the same thing. The team that we had, the people that we got to play with, the coaching staff that we put together as well. we were always in a good position for success. You know what I mean? We were always put in a good place to win. And for me, I'm a big hitter. That's what I enjoyed most. And we had some pretty good offensive prowess.
Now,
that year.
I asked the question to both of you about the other sports you play because it's important to me that kids and young people who watch this show or who may have contact with you, who come to the game when you guys are on it, understand that it's critical in a town like Alliance that kids play multiple sports. You can't be a one-sport superstar in Alliance, Ohio. You may be good, but you will never be a one-sport superstar in Alliance, Ohio. We need every able-bodied young male and female to participate in sports. You guys are living proof of that, and I could show you examples of that over and over again. You have to play the sports that you like and play them often because they provide you with the skill to be a well-rounded athlete. Now let's go back, all right? That was your sophomore year, all right? What did you enjoy playing football during your senior year, 2 years later?
Yeah, so it was the same thing, carrying things over. We had played together for years and years and years. So just the brotherhood that we had, the fans showing up, at every single game. It started our sophomore year where, we were filling the stands and people were coming in with horns and all these different kinds of like loud, crazy noisemakers and stuff like that. So to be able to not only find success with my current teammates and stuff that I had as a senior, but it was really kind of passing the baton. So as the underclassmen had come up as well, it was trying to kind of lay that groundwork for the next upcoming athletes at Alliance, and that's probably something I'm pretty proud of, is kind of taking the people that I could under my wing, and then just kind of trying to make them the best that they could be.
In closing your portion of the show, before we go to Rod for one final comment, what was the most important thing that anyone ever did for you as an athlete? Somebody somewhere along the line, a coach, an adult, somebody said, this is what you need to do to be a quality athlete. Can you think of one thing?
Yeah, it's tough, but I can probably bring it back to, it might have been my 8th grade season, which is kind of crazy. But we, again, very, very strong football team. We had a lot of great players, but I don't actually remember what coach, but some coach came up and kind of put his arm around me and said, hey, you can be a difference maker, not just for yourself and stuff like that or the people around you, but sport is going to change your life, right? When it comes to what you do in the future, when it's takes an opportunity to take a new job and stuff like that, when you go to college and be able to provide for your family, the lessons that you learn here and the teammates and stuff, the relationships that you build will be with you for the rest of your life. And I think that was a big thing for me, because it wasn't always about me, it was about the team.
Them.
And I think football, more than any other sport, really teaches that. It really teaches you that, and it definitely taught me you're a small part to the puzzle, and you can achieve great things. You know what I mean, with people around you.
Lastly, do you miss it?
Absolutely. My son had just came through recently, and they made the playoffs and things like that too. And you kind of going to every single game and watching the success that they had. It just brought back all those memories, and not necessarily the what ifs per se, but what you got accomplished. But in the back of your mind, me and Rod were talking what if we did win that game against Akron Buchtel, because I don't think anybody would have been able to stop us after that. So
and that probably is true with the talent you had on the team and the coaching that you had. Rod, coming to you to close the show. Now I'm gonna go a different direction with you, okay?
Yep.
There's a young person watching our show today. We don't know how old they are. We don't know how good they are. All right, the question becomes this. All right, what advice would you give a young person today that wants to be a great athlete? I want to be a great athlete, so what's the key to success?
The first and the most important thing, first and foremost, It's academics.
Okay.
Get the academics, then focus on the sports. Play whatever you can, because once it's gone, it's gone. Play them all. Be a good person. Be a good teammate. You win as a team, you lose as a team. Hold yourself accountable just like everyone else will hold their self accountable, that you expect them to be, how that you expect them to be. Just do it all, play it all. You know what I mean?
Be the best you can be.
Be the best.
Be the best you can be.
Be the best you can be. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 1996 had a great season. There'll be many, many more seasons like that at Alliance High School, as long as we continue to have wonderful young men like these gentlemen were back in their day. We wish the Aviators the best of luck this year and in the future. These two young men are great examples of what great athletes are like in Alliance High School. Stay tuned. We'll have more Aviators in action very soon on Spectrum Channel 1022.